Returning to God. Today we discuss God telling the Jewish people that after the blessings and the curse will come upon you, you will take it to your heart and return towards God. The verse is specific. It says blessings and curse. Although it's true that when there's a curse, when there's hardships, when there's major struggles, a person looks into his heart and says to himself, how can I better my ways with God? What mitzvahs can I do to have the blessings of God on my side? Yet we have to know that first and foremost blessings, we have blessings in our life. God has granted us great blessings to be able to serve Him and to do His mitzvahs. And we should use those blessed opportunities to be able to go in God's ways. And yes, when there are struggles, when there are hardships, we should know that that's only going to make our bond and connection with God even greater. The verse continues and says that God will return. He will return all those that are captive by the other nations and bring them to the land of Israel. God will circumcise our hearts that we should be able to love Him with no disturbance or interference by anything else. The verse says, and God will return. Rashi explains that when one goes to exile, he doesn't go alone. God goes with him. And therefore, when you return from exile, you're not returning alone. You're returning with God because He was in exile with you. And therefore, when you return, God will return as well from exile. Today's Tanya we discuss the verse that Abraham says, "V'anoichi ofer ve'efer," and I am like dust and ashes. Abraham was a kind, giving person in his life. His soul was derived from the spiritual, godly element of kindness. Yet, Abraham was conveying a very strong message of the comparison of the kindness that he, as a human being, was able to live and practice to what a spiritual and godly kindness is like. Take a tree. Kabbalah teaches us that everything in this world has 4 elements to it: fire, water, air, and earth. And a tree's main element is the earth aspect to it. When you burn a tree, what happens is the fire, water, and air element goes within its smoke, and what's left are ashes, which that is the essence of what the tree was, the element of earth, and now it's turned into ashes. Now, can you compare the element of earth as ashes to the way the tree was standing, a beautiful, nice, big tree? No. Same thing Abraham is explaining, that although he lived kindness, yet, just like the ashes to this tree is incomparable, so much more so is the kindness that we can be as human beings compared to the godly spiritual kindness is so far. The mitzvah of today is calculating the months and the years. The way the Jews counted and calculated their months were when they saw a new moon, they would come to the Jewish court, and then the Jewish court would proclaim it as a new month. Since the year of the lunar year is always shorter than the solar year, therefore every couple of years the Jewish court would have to add an additional month, a 13th month, to the Jewish year in order to keep the seasons of the year in its place, especially for the holiday of Passover. Have a wonderful day.